So you are interested in recording your computer screen or using your webcam to record yourself, but you're not interested in using QuickTime Player that's already on your computer. Quick side note, if you are interested in QuickTime Player, check out that specific video. So why might you want to use a different screencaster than Real-Time Player? Well, if you choose a program similar to Loom, which I'm going to show you today, Loom will record your video and then it will automatically put it on the internet and give you a shareable link. Now you can just take that link and share it with your students through Google Classroom, through Moodle, or even just shoot an email directly to them and they can simply watch your video. So if you're interested in that, step one would be to go to Google. You want to make sure that you are in your Chrome web browser and Google something like Loom Chrome extension, which is going to bring you to this page. And if you click on the first offering, it's going to bring you to a page to allow you to actually install this Chrome extension. It will install very, very quickly. Yours will most likely say something about install over here. I already have it, so I get a different screen. You install it, and Chrome extensions always appear towards the top right hand of your screen. These are all extensions. If you haven't played around with extensions before, there's a lot of cool things you can do. This one right here, kind of the reddish one, is Loom. So I'm going to exit out of this, and I'm going to go to these slides. So let's say I want to create a short recording of myself going through these slides, kind of like a mini lecture. And I want the students to be able to see the slides, and I want them to be able to hear my voice. Well, Loom is going to be a great tool for that. So now that I'm in my slides, I am going to go back to this icon in my extensions, and I'm going to click on it, and it's going to give me some options. And so what this option is able to do is, first of all, I can record whatever's on my screen, along with audio, and have a sweet little camera in the bottom left-hand corner, and so my students can see my face as I do stuff. I don't really want that for this lecture, and so I am going to click Screen Only, and now you can see that I disappear. In a minute, I'll show you how I can get rid of that picture as well. Now, let's say you actually just want to create a webcam cast of yourself, and you want to go through, like, here are some instructions. I just want you to kind of see me, and we want to talk together for just a minute or two. I don't want to capture anything on my screen. Well, then I would choose Cam Only, and it's not recording my screen. So that's the idea. I'm going to go with Screen Only. There's some more options down here. We can see that I'm definitely capturing my audio, which you probably want to have. I would suggest keeping this full desktop. I just haven't had as much trouble or as much success with Current Tab. Oftentimes I end up kind of in a spot that I don't want to be, and it's recording some stuff that I didn't intend. So I'm going to click Advanced. Check your microphone. Most likely your choice is going to be built-in microphone, unless you happen to have an external microphone connected to your computer. I don't really want my photo on the screen, so I'm going to turn that one off. I do want a control menu so that I can easily start and stop things and pause it. And record countdown just kind of lets me know when things are going to start. So at this point, I'm going to start recording. And as you can see, I can record as I go through my PowerPoint, and then I'll easily get a link that I can share with my students. So here we go. So I'm going to start recording. Once again, I would do my entire screen. I found that when I do application window, sometimes I think it's recording the application that I'm on, but it's actually recording a different one. And then it's very frustrating to get done with your video and find out that it actually didn't record what you really wanted to record. So I do my full screen, so I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click Share. Then it'll give me my countdown. So now I'm going to enter into my full screen mode. And I am going to do the world's best presentation of classification and this new idea of taxonomy for my students. So it's going to load my PowerPoint. We can always trim things up at the end, by the way, if you didn't want all that, like that idea of you didn't want the students to see you actually entering into it and all that kind of stuff. You can trim the beginning of it. Super easy. And so maybe you do that at the end, maybe you don't. But regardless, I now have my slide deck open, and I'm going to start talking about this classification. I'm going to talk about all these different domains and phylums, and I'm even going to talk about this little panther at the end, and we're going to go through it. I'm going to try to keep it short because we all know how attention spans are these days. But now my students can see the notes, they can hear me, I can add those little extras in that are sometimes super helpful, and I just go through my slide deck and hope that they are going to go through it as well. So finally, I get down towards the end, and I've kind of said everything that I want to say. And so I'm going to exit out of things. I could exit on my full screen. You'll also notice, though, that I do have the one in the background is actually through Google Slides. So that is not actually Loom, but I can still use this stuff. But here are the Loom supplies here. I can do some camera setting stuff. More importantly, I can just cancel the recording. I don't really want to do that. I can pause it. So let's say you just need to take a little break, or your 3-year-old is frantically waving in front of you and you need to pause a second and see what in the world's going on. Or when you're done, you're going to hit this check mark. I am going to do that now. So when I hit the check mark, it's now going to process the recording. You can see I got a nice little message on the screen. It automatically opens up a new page for me in Loom. And as you can see, I can even watch it at multiple speeds, which is very nice of it to let me do that. Over here on the right-hand side, it gives me a link that I can share. And also check the privacy. There are 2 options here. One is link sharing, so only people with my link can view the video. So if I post that link on Google Classroom, if I post it on Moodle, if I send them an email, they can all access it. Public, they could appear in a Google search, and other people you don't intend to see your video could see it. I'll leave that up to you whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I typically go with link sharing. So here's my video. I can change the title. I can do some editing over here. I can even duplicate it. I can share it this way as well. Lots of different stuff going on here. I will ultimately change this, change my title at some point. There's some settings. There's even a trim feature. So if you didn't like how it kind of took me a little while to get into presentation mode, I could easily open this up. I could drag those first maybe 30 seconds over, cut those out, and then this polished video starts right up as I'm in my slide deck, right? So anyways, now I've got this link. I can just click copy link. It's automatically copied to my clipboard. I'm going to shoot myself right over to my Google Classroom, and I'm going to paste this link in here. And now when the students click on the link, it's going to automatically bring them to a page that looks very similar to this and allow them to watch my video, which will look something like this. So now I'm going to enter into my full screen mode. And that was pretty exciting. You can even go full screen, right? If you click down here, there's some other options down there. And at this point, I have now created a nice little video to share with my students. So, as you can see, some advantages of Loom are it has a really nice little webcam feature. It's pretty cool with that little circle on the bottom. Probably more importantly, though, there's no worrying about, okay, this video was saved to my desktop. Now I have to somehow drag it into my drive. I have to drag it onto YouTube. It's automatically on the web. I just need to share the link. So good luck with your screencasting and webcasting. If you have any questions, I'm sure there's a tech person around your school that would love to help you out.